or it will not tell you the meaning of gobbledygook if I know anything about Sigur Rós songs. Okay, let's dive into the draft here for our first taste of culture as DK take on DRX. Have DK figured themselves out? Is Xiu gonna once again reach a gigantic death column number, or are we going to see something better out of him? You know, there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of question marks all over my sheet of paper here, which I'm now somewhat regretting because I do need to write things down. But I still think that it's very important to have them here to remind me of exactly where we are. We're in the Rise group, baby. That's what we're experiencing.
A group that might not always bring what some would call the pinnacle of League of Legends. But if you watched last series, I ask you, is that the pinnacle? Truly a one-sided beatdown with no cause, no ebb and flow, no tension?
There was no Nami at all.
Nothing. It was disappointing. Fortunately, we are here. And if this isn't a free 50-minute game banger...
This needs to feel like work. That's what it needs to feel like.
Oh,
you know, like you're watching players that are just like trudging, you know? Trudging through the muck and the mire.
And we're going to be right in there with the...
Oh, we are going to be
up to our knees.
Up to our knees. We're just like basically scooting along beside them, just yelling into microphones, covered in mud ourselves.
Scooting. Are there crocodiles in these bogs?
Oh, you don't... I don't know.
Gators?
There could be gators. There might not be. I don't know exactly all of the, like, whose habitat is a bog, really?
Well, it depends on whether we're in mythical waters or not. As a
that
showmaker,
is a very good point.
Looking very happy to just prio pick the Orianna.
First pick Ahri is interesting.
I'm not necessarily on board with her being first pick. I think it's also because Yeo has really heavily prioritized her.
He has.
And I think that that's one of the main reasons he's looked good on it. Vi has sharply dropped off the prio list. I think it's important to note.
Yep.
She has long been removed from the Pantheon, Varus, and Vi list for a good amount of time as
Ooh,
Aurora is open.
It's somewhat dangerous, but maybe it's Aurora Trundle. Do they do it that way instead of locking in the double circles here? Because locking Xin with Trundle up is a little bit difficult, although there isn't a lot of inherent synergy between Orianna and Trundle, so they're probably expecting a Nocturne. And so the Gwen Xin, I think, is still kind of all right.
But I feel like Trundle...
Yeah, you just might just play Trundle, right?
Yeah, it goes really hard.
But they deny the Nocturne Orianna combo.
Yeah, but you don't really need to play that combo. There's also Lucid's Vi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is one of the guys that is, I think, still allowed to play that, even though he has not had the form that he had previously.
Also, it's the illegal Gwen angle here for Rich.
Because of, yeah, Aurora's up, yeah.
Yeah. And so, theoretically, if they were actually going to risk the Nocturne into Xin Zhao angle, they could have gone Orianna, Nocturne, Aurora, which is very powerful.
Yeah, I would have preferred that. I gotta say, though, Xiu's Aurora has been solid in lane, but his team fighting has not been up to par. Hoping that he has stepped up that part of his game.
Yep.
And he will be looking to right that previous wrong. Is just Annie. That's what we've mostly seen here in this scenario. Doesn't really excite me particularly, but it's fine.
You could Galio.
You could Galio. Galio Xin is always a strong combo.
I don't mind it, although
Galio into Trundle feels a
bit worse, yeah.
Sivir's fine. I don't love it. I do think it's a very strong pick right now, but it is one of the AD carries that does kind of struggle playing into Trundle specifically, because you don't really have a good way of dealing with Pillar, which in team fights can really cause a big issue of you. You also have to be very mindful of the Orianna ball. But at least there's no Char from the enemy team, so not the worst Sivir angle, and also it's Teddy, so if he wants to play Sivir, DK will, or DRX will give him Sivir, because he is the main character for this team by a very large margin.
There could also now be some opportunities for some mid laners to leave the pool as well. Yehu has had a decent breadth of champions that he's been able to play, but instead they are going to be focusing the supports. Make sure that we're not going to have anything but Andal that's really going to trouble aiming and barrel down there towards the bottom side of the map.
A Bard, and so a lot of teams would have banned Nico here. I wonder if they're going to, because Barrel's Karma has actually been a pick that he's genuinely been really good on, which is crazy to say.
It is very weird to think about, but you are entirely correct.
But it's actually, like, I think mechanically he's looked the best on that pick. Good weaving in and out, able to actually apply substantial laning pressure. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. The only thing that does scare me is that Nico, I think, is still kind of crazy. It also would mean that they don't have any engage, except running at them real fast. And it's going to be Yanni instead, which I think makes sense. And if they do end up going for that Nico, can always look to Karma. If they don't pick it, though, and they just go Ryze here, then that kind of falls apart, which I think Ryze should struggle into the Ori when it comes to the 1v1, especially early on. But you're really strong with Xin and Gwen. I feel like that's a really nice core unit, find target, lock target down, blow them up.
Sounds like a decent plan. Let's see what DK are going to lock in here. I mean, it's a beautiful Jinx angle, honestly. But I've been trying to sell Jinx for quite some time, and it hasn't necessarily been working out. Yeah, Nico Corki is feeling like it's pretty tier listy, isn't it?
Because I don't think it's Jhin. I'm like double checking, it's not banned, but I just... Aiming is not the guy that I think you want on Jhin. Also, DK is not the team that I think you want to have play around on Jhin.
No.
So Nico Corki to me makes a lot of sense, very strong lane in the 2v2. Also, Ondale could slam the Karma here. You know, Sivir Karma is a classic for a reason.
Could almost stand up in lane as well. We'll see whether that is going to be the choice here. And there is the Karma hovered. See whether they pull the trigger. Will mean that there's not a massive amount of engage here on DRX's side. But they do run really fast. So the Donkey Whistle could certainly be the way to do it. That would give Teddy the go button, which I think is actually kind of cool. Teddy, of course, is their most veteran player by a decent margin. As Rich did come into the League of Legends a little bit late in the game after being the god of hearts for so long. Teddy has certainly been here playing this game for such a long time. So Sivir Karma, a tale as old as time there towards the bottom side of the map. In the Mantrid Inspire alongside the On the Hunt just makes you run very, very fast, which is pretty cool. Let's see whether this laning phase is actually going to work out for them. Double circles is strong. Yehu is going to be a machine gun, especially come later in the game.
I do think, though, trying to play comp with bad hard engage into Trundle can always feel a little rough, because he is so fast, and the pillar can really break up what otherwise might be good angles. Yeah,
as well.
But it's Ryze Group, so why are we talking about disengage? As if either team is not just gonna head in.
Honestly, yeah.
Phase first.
Ryze Group engage comps, absolutely overrated.
You know what this means is we actually get to Elder. That's what it means to me.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see our first Baron of the day. Isn't that exciting?
No, that's kind of messed up, actually.
Hopefully Jonah Strong does a zoom in, you know, so we're like, by the way, Baron still exists, guys. We haven't removed it from the game today.
We swear this objective is still real.
Yeah. In case you weren't here, both games were won before 25 minutes. In our Genji versus Nongshim series, you can infer the victor. Let's get into the rift for game number 1.
생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for the first game of the series. Just a bit of a reminder as to the stakes. DRX trying to keep themselves in that race for play-ins. They are right now in position to be eliminated without some victories and some losses from BNK or Bro. DK, they are already locked in play-ins, but they have looked shaky at best. And this is a team that we thought was going to be a shoo-in for the Legend Group and did not quite make it, as we saw in that tiebreaker between themselves and KT. The other thing is predictions, because Digon is the only one that has predicted for DRX in this series. So it could be a big one.
Which is
another big swing here,
I think, given how...
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he's the only one, to be honest.
Yep, I think a lot at the end of the week, we have a lot more even split between Bro and DK. I think there's a lot more divergence there.
Yep.
That's really the two pivoting points, I think, for this week. Unless you want to, you know, take a gamble on DNF, but I feel like most people have...
I do agree, though, with his idea, though, because he was also a Bro voter in that series. I think if DK lose this one, they definitely lose the next one.
To Bro? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So if you're ever thinking that this is going to be the vote, then you're also thinking that Bro's going to take it in their next one.
Ooh, want to highlight something interesting is that Aiming actually has gone for TP.
Interesting.
So... does give you a ton of late game value. also allows you to play, especially in a rest lane, a lot more aggressive, go for these trades, and you are going to take a lot of poke, because obviously level 1 is not fun. As aiming and barrel, no, because they have been on the opposite end of this for a good amount of time. Being one of the few tips, I'm pretty sure Barrel's the only player that I've seen consistently pick Karma. Looking at the rune setups, I don't think we're seeing anything too crazy. Showmaker, Scorcher, as he did get that kill onto...
Yep, very good.
Was it Vikla? Don't remember.
I think it
who
was. Yes.
With a actual, honest-to-God Scorch kill. It's very cool.
It's lovely to see.
Doesn't happen often.
Unless it was Bulldog? I don't quite remember which
I think it was Vikla, but I'm not sure. Who knows, Dplus?
Well, probably someone who is paying attention, but they have memories better than ours.
It's not what we're known for.
No.
No.
This is not the way. We are known for talking about what's happening right now in front of us. And sometimes that just leaves our memory banks entirely. And that can be for better or for worse.
We are easily distracted.
Indeed.
I think as a broadcast, but particularly as a duo.
As Rich is struggling here in this lane, as you would expect. We got a bit of a fun story as well. We found out one of our bilingual friends, and this is always interesting when they're used to watching the Korean broadcast and then they spend some time watching our broadcast. It can be somewhat jarring because, as you could imagine, the LCK Korean cast a little bit more hinged.
Being the main cast as well, right?
Yeah.
So.
And then they came over, started watching us, and things were different. We were talking about like cast blancs or something like that. I think it was yesterday when Brendan was just on his tirade against the cast blanc.
Well, I wouldn't call it a tirade. I think that's a misrepresentation of his hesitancy. I think Brendan just cares about, doing things the right way.
He does follow the sheet.
And not just making stuff up for the sake of it. Oh. Whereas I am an enjoyer of chaos.
True. You are.
I just like...
Yeah.
And every word really is just made up. Like that's how they all start.
Exactly.
So we should push...
Why can't we be making them up?
As a kid, I was actually much more of a purist. But at some point I realized...
Whoa! You realize that sometimes you just flash in.
Big from Shiu there. If he gets the full passive plus the pullback, I think that might have been enough to get the kill there, especially if Electrocute was also in the picture. Not going to be the case, but this is how you want to see that early laning phase play out. And now...
Oh, actually sets up the lane for himself gorgeously here.
Yeah, he is in a really good spot. And we also have Trundle... I say clearing his top side, but his bot side camps are respawning. I think Raptors is already up, so... Not going to see him anytime soon, but still, big win here. That's going to further enlarge the goal lead because... There's no TP. Rich already TP'd earlier on. So he doesn't have TP. So this is going to be a very, very costly amount of gold that's going to be given up here.
This is kind of brutal.
I do think the wave will be pushing back once the next wave comes in because his minions are focused. So, but that's a kill worth. You didn't kill him, but like that's a kill worth of gold. That's kind of crazy.
And they did trade those flashes as well. So whichever jungler does decide to make their way up towards the top side could be able to find some value here, but Sponge is going to be distracted by a dragon. It's going to be the fiery variety first.
Yeah, the issue there is that one of the top laners is Aurora and the other is Gwen without flash.
Yeah.
So odds are not super good for Sponge. If he does go to top, but we'll see. As expected, you have the Karma lane. Should be getting the first dragon.
Yep.
Right, this is kind of a no-brainer. And DK also really wants their 6 available on Barrel. And on Lucid ideally as well. Showmaker did just get his. But DRX playing nicely towards their bot side prio, which you'll love to see. And then again, Shiu, I think his laning phase has just consistently been really good in the Aurora. It's the afterwards that's a bit more of a...
Well, that is a Realm Warp to bring Yehu over, but the Shockwave hits both of them. And Lucid just going to walk this one off. A defensive Shockwave, yes, but it is successfully able to defend, and the crab goes to Lucid. As Barrel's coming in, looking for the snare angle, doesn't quite get it.
That's nice. Could have been a big error that we've seen Lucid make a decent amount of times, right? Just stepping up when he has no business to in the river, but doesn't even have to flash by the end of it. There's a reason why we always talk about
the Aurora situation?
The Aurora into Gwen situation, yeah.
I can envisage what Wolf and Dan are going to talk about when it comes to the draft.
Well, it's again, for all of Shiu's faults, I think his laning phases have remained good. It's really afterwards and like his side laning where he just gets caught out way too often that have been a big problem. But the in-lane part, I don't think has really slipped the way that a lot of the rest of his gameplay has. So, yeah, that's a pretty gnarly lead that you build up fully by yourself, just in the pure 1-4. Again, it's counter matchup.
Yep.
Kind of expected, but we do know that just because it's expected doesn't mean it always happens.
Nope. Does have his burn earn completed as well. One of the greatest terms that Wolf has ever come up with. As Andal shields himself up, and it is just going to be the mid lane turning into a 2v2.
You could also just make it like a really long burn.
You could.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
That being said, feels a bit less fun than saying burn earn.
Well, because it doesn't rhyme. But it is funny because you're making a silly noise. If you want to try it yourself.
I do burn. Yeah, I tried it, and it felt good.
Yeah.
But I think burn earn still feels.
Oh, it's way better. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to take away from.
It's nice to have variety, though. As now Shiu and Yehu are going to be doing some battles. Sponge taking some damage as well as Teddy trying to get in there, but he's just taking free damage from Beryl. Showmaker gives them the surprise Teemo as he has that shockwave back up again, and this fight is really sort of broken up. As Lucid will move in, Sponge does collect himself one of these grubs. It's one each so far, as Yehu dealing with the pillar. Sponge comes on over, but I don't think that Crescent Guard's quite going to work. They flash in, but it is going to be Lucid going down. Showmaker finds the answering kill, as now Shiu's going to fall. Shockwave connects onto only Yehu, and Teddy has found Showmaker in the back of the pit. And he is able to teleport his way out. Still Beryl is dead, and it's a disaster for DK.
There's that first DK skirmish that we were kind of worried about, and boy oh boy does it hit. DRX though, not being even remotely scared, and a triple for Teddy Dplus.
Yeah, that's the massive part. Let's have a look at it one more time, as it looked really awkward here for DRX.
I don't know how they look. Like, why doesn't Showmaker just... I don't know. I feel like if we pull the trigger on ult there immediately, they just both die.
That's what I was... Maybe they were just overconfident. And he also, I think, thought he was going to hit Teddy with that last one. As Teddy, actually really good observation of the fact that he knew that he wasn't going to be able to do enough damage before the teleport goes off.
This is one of the rare occasions where I think you see that angle, and targeting Sponge on the Zinza actually should have worked.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't. Because they're just not on the same page, which has been a very consistent issue for this team. We even saw aiming, rotating over, I think, trying to droid plane later on. Not able to really find too much. Now, with the Drake as well, the Grubs, funnily enough, 2 of them still went to DK. As we'll see if this will actually lead to something. But in about a minute, the next Dragon spawns, and DRX, really good start. And Teddy is already sitting on Essence Reaver and Berserker Grief, so yeah, he's going to be feeling
insane. When
you're like one true carry just pops off this early, you get him fed, he's got to be feeling very good. And the tools for actually getting on top of Teddy consistently on DK are not that crazy good, right? Like, we're talking Aurora flank, we're talking Nico, and maybe Pillar. That's...
Well, Rich might be in trouble. It's at least a plate gank, as Beryl comes over and takes that one down. But 2 versus 1, it's a tough one to make work, as now Lucid, no flash available, does get the subjugate off, but I don't know whether that's going to quite be... Never mind, it is going to be enough, as now Shiu has found them between worlds, comes down, and Yehu, is he going to pop? One more auto will do it, and there it goes. Shiu with the punishment. Lucid stays alive, as that's not where you want to back, my friend. And now, Shiu could actually just be dead if they do shove this wave in, but see here on this top side, there have been so many plates removed, and DK finding a 700 gold swing in that moment.
I'm a believer in, you know, like, if someone misses, but it's a cool sidestep, then that's just an outplay.
Yeah.
Yehu, he was stuck beneath, or between the wall and the turret.
I did a pretty good job avoiding talking about that.
No, I did. I don't want to, but we do kind of have to. That should have been a one.
No. It was definitely one for after. You know. Yeah. This is the time to talk about it. Ox. I can understand why you perhaps have been paying less attention, but please
get it together.
Get it together. It's okay. It's the first one. It's fine. We're not going to call you out too much. You don't deserve it. 1 Chemtech soul is allowed. As I don't, did we even? We barely knew what our souls were in the last series.
Oh, I mean, did we even get past 2 Drakes in any of them? Like,
I
actually,
think there was an ocean soul in one game, but I have no idea what the other one was. I don't even know whether we got one of the dragons in. That doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. I don't actually think they did.
No.
Because they were just killing them.
Apparently you don't need to kill dragons.
Because I actually love this play. Like, this is a good play.
I thought Lucid was almost definitely dead.
He should have been.
Yeah, where?
In hindsight, like, looking at it again, he is, like, just in a position where he theoretically could still move back. But still, yeah, you gotta hit that one.
Yeah. That's okay. He was calculating.
I mean, it's actually
calibrated.
It's kind of rough because they did go very deep for that. They couldn't really follow up and shield because the turret was still up, and they also rotated Teddy and Undo over. I think that was the bigger mistake. If they just try to kill, don't kill, and lose a kill, it's not great, but it's fine.
Oh. Mega going to shoot Lucid towards Rich here. Showmaker is just looking to take down the turret. He might be able to do so as Beryl gonna split some shapes. And Lucid thinking about trying to find an angle here.
Force is done.
Yeah, that is a big spike here for the Trundle. Ready to play some baseball, as we can see. Beryl on a squishy engage champ like this does make me nervous. I say that as the biggest Beryl fan in the universe.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can test you for that title.
Yeah. However, still a little nervous.
Yeah, a little scared.
Yeah, somewhat.
But his karma's been so good.
It has. He's not playing that though. Sponge will make the wind become some lightning. And we've got a battle here in mid lane as well. Teddy with a fantastic spell shield. You managed to get the fast bomb. Feels very, very nice. That's precisely what has happened.
I can just feel that this is all making us, this is lulling us into a false sense of security that this is going to be a normal game.
Yeah,
I just know it's not.
There is some weirdness on the horizon. It is about to happen. And DRX, I think, are feeling the pressure because the tempo vibes are well and truly in DK's favor right now. And now Rich is just taking a bunch of damage. The pillar goes down, but it doesn't really work out there for Lucid, but they'll just take the turret. That is going to secure it for them. Feats of Strength still well and truly available for DRX as they did manage to pick up Double Dragon. And so just one more of those or this Rift Herald coming up in 20 seconds and they will be able to upgrade some shoes.
I also, DRX, when we get our Sivir to 3 kills and she's like so far ahead of the curve, I feel like we should use that.
Yeah.
And they really haven't.
He's been
and
really
I feel like
good
we
at
should
clearing
try to
waves. He's clearing the waves in mid lane.
I know that, but the
look at how much these waves are being cleared.
But the gold lead has kind of evaporated now. It's still fine, but
I mean, it's almost 2K. It's not fine, I don't think. Is this fine?
No, I mean the gold lead that Teddy has.
Oh, the Teddy has. Teddy's individual.
Because relative, it was really big, right?
It was. Yeah.
And it really isn't anymore. And I guess they're just going to gift this up as well, because they're too late.
They're going to supervise it.
Oh, not the DRX supervision angle.
Well, turret will be picked up here towards the bottom side. That is going to close the gap a little bit when it comes to the gold.
Does help.
Not bad. Rift Herald comes down immediately, though. And DK just wanting to keep up this pressure. Sponge moving in. He's not going to be able to make it over to the turret. And these rockets are starting to hurt. Still, Lucid going down relatively low. And it's kind of weird. And I don't want this to be a curseable thing. But it does feel like DK have kind of righted the ship after a terrible skirmish.
Yeah, I don't
think we require anything from the future to be true. However, they did pick themselves up from the bootstraps, and put themselves back on track.
I do think that, like there was kind of that was close. I don't know enough about baseball, but I'm going to try anyway. They kind of started off with DRX hitting a home run.
Yeah.
And then after that, DRX was like, what if we just give you some balls that are easy to hit? Because they did kind of pitch them a ball that they then knocked out when they just tried to go for that bot side play and
I also
4 people over. And
I also don't know very much about
1-0 for 4
about baseball. But if it was cricket, it's like you go innings for innings, but both teams just all go out basically immediately. Maybe that's sort of how it is.
Sure, I don't know anything about cricket. What if we talked about League of Legends instead, actually?
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, that's a shared passion.
Yep.
A 5v5.
This is going to be that sole point for DRX. DK not wanting to give this one up as Yahoo might find a little bit of difficulty making his way in, but does have Realm Warp. They're going to turn it onto Beryl, who flashes away. Teddy flashes over. But now he's completely separated from this fight. There's no blast going to get him in as Shiu goes between worlds, but I don't think he really wanted to be there. And that is going to be that third Drake taken down. You've got some upgraded shoes. Rich taking a bunch of damage. That wave is monstrous, but Teddy stays alive. He picks up a triple before he goes down as Showmaker manages to shield himself, grabs the kill on the Xin Zhao, and Yahoo cannot take him out. DK win the fight. They lose the feats of strength. And it was chaos, but I think ultimately it's kind of fine.
That's my Rise group. Guess what? If Trundle doesn't have a dash, I will give him a dash. But flashing into oh no.
Okay, well Beryl is just going to catch Yahoo here.
Are you kidding me?
And then he will die.
No.
And the orb is just there. Yep.
No, not the day one Nico tech.
Did he actually just minion up to Yahoo and he died?
He did.
Oh, sometimes you're just not counting, are you?
Okay, so the beginning of this fight is a complete mess. This Beryl just dies unceremoniously. And then
if Nico dies with ult up, normally you should just be winning, right?
Shiu, you're why?
He did a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean he did. But then watch this from Lucid. Actually, one of the most insane plays I've seen.
Oh my god. So they are playing Nocturne Orianna. It's just that Paranoia doesn't take him very far. Okay.
Oh, Lucid apparently was the one that said, "Give me the ball."
Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay, Showmaker. I see you. This is what I mean. He went Storm Surge second. I don't even think...
And he has it.
Yeah, I don't even think that's what he should be going if you want to do damage. But you know what?
He has one, and he could afford it, I guess.
I'm just happy he builds damage. You know, this is the Showmaker we want to see.
Yeah.
For DRX, though, they got Soul Point.
They did.
And
they got feats of strength.
I've been slowly trying to workshop, you know, a new with the Law Spongius.
Spongius?
Which case in point? He's fine. He's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Which is that?
Fine.
Yeah, good night. He's not dead.
Not dead, true.
Where Soul Point is just as good as Soul, because at some point the enemy team will just be like, oh no, what, dragon spawns? And then you just get a free Drake. It's gonna happen at some point.
That's true. You can also demand where the fights happen.
Very true.
As Lucid is going to eat a crowd.
That he did. The 2-item spike for DK is kind of disgusting though.
Yeah.
That is a problem.
The Teddy lead as well. Even though he is 6-1.
Which Teddy lead?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
He's 6-1 and he's still behind aiming 100 gold.
Yeah, now that I think about it, like, so it's 2 turrets. Is it really? It's just the minions. It's like 20 minions in bot. It's 20
plates?
Minions.
Did he get a bunch of plates?
Plates as well, I guess. It's 10 minions in mid, and then 2 turrets. Oh no, no, DRX.
I think it's time.
No, it's not.
To start.
It's not. No, it's not time. DRX, you're not that far. You have a Sivir. You have a Sivir 6-1. No. Sivir 6-1. Yeah, okay. Yes, just leave.
Rich does not have teleport.
No, it's fine. Just leave. It's okay.
Rich is running away from a lone Corki.
It's fine. It's fine. They're okay.
They are indeed okay. Shiu is also moving back down towards this bottom side of the map. That means DK may not be making the same mistake. And Shiu obliterates this wave. So they have to address this.
We watched a horror movie together recently, and this is still scarier!
All right, well, here we go. Pod Blossom immediately catches them into the instant shockwave, and they all just put themselves in a blender. Will DRX blend? Yes! Yes, they will! Oh, Yahoo, look at his hand on his face. That was the most forced episode of Will It Blend I've ever seen.
Why? Whoa!
Rise group, baby.
Oh, truly, I have no answer. I want to see, what was their vision like? Did they not know about Nico? Did they only know about Nico? Guys, you were
last time...
You were at Otacon
Last time they hit Beryl, he didn't press ult. So maybe they thought that he hadn't skilled it yet.
Not 15 seconds.
He was
okay,
hiding.
yeah, he was hiding.
Oh my god.
Oh no. When Beryl's giggling like
the
that.
Beryl giggle. Yeah, he was a fan of that play.
그러겠네.
Yeah, Teddy, not too happy about how that one worked. And I think you're right. I think they were just trying to gank Showmaker. They thought that he'd stuck around for too long.
I think the game might be a little cooked now, Atlas. Now
that's the beauty of the Rise group and the beauty of DK.
It's never truly over. Is
Beryl about to die?
That's one of the most Beryl plays I've ever seen, by the way.
That was like 90% of his health bar sacrificed to stop him back.
Think of the tempo.
Oh, I often think of the tempo.
No, you think of tempo vibes. Those are different.
I know, but I also think of the tempo that Beryl is bringing us
specifically
with his
Beryl?
next level gameplay.
Okay, fair enough.
That is about the only context I think about real tempo. As we haven't really mentioned very many tempo vibes, mainly because Genji sort of owned them for the entire first series.
No, Atlas, I actually think there were no tempo vibes. There were no vibes in that game.
Well,
it was just cold and calculated.
Yeah,
and it was not.
There needs to be an opposing force.
Yes,
a little bit.
Exactly.
And there wasn't.
Oh my God, are we getting we're getting closer to the laws of tempo vibes, where like there are more and more prerequisites for them to exist?
I mean, they still exist. It's just you can't perceive them very well if they are too one-sided.
But are they real if you can't perceive them?
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They still are?
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
Whether you have awareness of something does not mean whether it does or doesn't.
But in
exist.
some cases it does.
No.
Yeah,
not in this case.
Okay, not in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Wait, in what case?
Quantum mechanics.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't studied it.
Well, neither have I, but that's like kind of the core point as far as I
didn't know that it was about human awareness, though. I'll need to look into that.
I think it's observation specifically.
Aha.
But again, I don't know enough. If you actually have a cursory knowledge of this, and you are very mad.
We'll forget it's a lesson. All right, we are getting in there. Yeah, who brings some minions over, but otherwise goes by himself. Everyone else has lost trust entirely on this guy's realm.
Pillar!
As aiming, cutting through Sponge here. Doesn't pull the trigger on the ulti, but nobody else really has them. On the hunt, I mean, Mantra's obviously going to come up in another second or two. And she is still in the bottom lane!
Just pushing away.
Oh dear.
I really would like a DK Baron throw just to kind of bring this game back into.
Oh, we're gonna get a Baron! It's coming, 10 seconds!
It's real, yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. This might be cool as well, as Xiu goes between the worlds. It's Rich running around, misses that needlework, but Xiu just disappears, and object permanence, not something that Rich has, it's just gonna walk away.
Well, if you can't observe it, it's not.
Exactly, see?
Oh.
And of course, he was out, so
he was out.
Rich could actually catch up.
Aurora, notoriously slippery, is aiming. Oh my, this is kind of the polar opposite. We've seen a lot of the bruisery corky builds.
Showmaker is just building. If item has AP, I build.
No, he's actually just. That's actually what I was suspecting, which was Shadow Flame second. But I'm glad he's sticking with the theme.
Yeah.
His shockwaves will absolutely obliterate. Now Teddy's hit 3 items. This is a big moment, Atlas. Because when you look at the item finishes, mid, don't look. Mid's horrible. Jungle doesn't really matter because they're junglers, so that's fine. And then AD carry and top are fine. They're basically equal.
This is still one of the most, Okay, well, Beryl is going to go in.
I'm saying there's a chance.
Hold my thought.
I'm feeling worse.
Oh, yeah. Teddy will find a bit of damage back, though, as Sponge goes in. Beryl forced to flash. He's got a Mega Cone, though. So there is no way they can do anything. Lucid looking to get cut down, though, as now aiming moves in. Sponge says it's my time, as Lucid holds himself alive for a while, but is going to get taken out here by Yahoo. And now, oh, Xiu, you cheeky devil. Don't run back. It's kind of crazy. It still gets another button, doesn't have a turret, and so he's still likely to die. What happened to the fight on the other side of the map?
He's still going.
As, yeah, Rich actually waits this one out. Oh, this is so much damage as Rich. He's in the circle, but Xiu's in there too, and manages to get the solo kill. Yeah, who's going to come on over and end his happiness? But, oh, never mind, he's just going to live. All right, all of the doubt, it's gone. Xiu's back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we have a battle, a race, for that rookie of the split. Maybe we don't. Maybe this is not quite enough, as Sponge is dead. Wait, can we work? This could be like Cluedo.
Okay.
It's like Cluedo. How did this happen?
Before we get to replay, look at the summoners. Oh, okay, we get to...
Wait, maybe we could just not watch, and we'll try and work out what happened.
Okay, we know this.
So tell me what happened in the top side of the map replay.
So this is the jungle fight, right?
Yes,
and then Lisa dies.
Yeah.
We know that. I'm going to guess Sponge is going to overchase.
Right. Right now we're at Lucid overchasing. This is what you already saw.
Yeah. I think
so now,
Sponge is going to overchase.
Okay.
And then after overchasing, he's going to back off for a little bit, show midway for no reason, and just get ganked and die. That's my blind guess.
Oh, you know what? You're kind of correct. If you have a glance over here now, he was just spotted on a ward in the topside mid brush.
Love murder mysteries, Atlas.
You nailed it. That was gorgeously done. Maybe we should do that.
Where's Daniel Craig?
For every...
You can do a sovereign accent.
Daniel Craig's English.
No, but the accent he does in Knives Out is so bad.
That was very good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You can do that level of...
I can do that level of...
Wait, the flank! The TP!
All right, they're going for a bit of an angle here as Yahoo. Can he find it? Pop Blossom onto only the Rise to try and keep aiming alive, but it's not going to work. He will get taken out. Shiu comes on over, though, and there goes Sponge. Rich now trying to get himself out of there. Yahoo is in a bit of trouble, but between worlds, hits for so much damage. Shockwave in celebration there for Showmaker, who just wanted to press the R button, and by Jove, he did it. And the inner turret's going to go down. That's what a winning team fight looks like, everyone, here in the Rise group.
I am just happy that we're truly getting the Rise group experience here, Atlas. I was worried with the start of that game that it was all going to be a clean affair.
I've been ready for this. This is what I prepped for today.
This is what we wanted. And
beautiful League of Legends.
For DRX, they're still falling further behind, but as long as the Baron doesn't fall and the base isn't broken, there's always a shot. All right, Yeo now has his third item done. Death Cap is in for him. Teddy's going to hit his Executioners very soon. It really is just the upcoming fight that I think you have to find a way to make work. As I actually really like this flank attempt. They get on top of aiming thanks to this TP from Yeo here. Rest of the team is ready to follow up.
The Trundle value here, so Teddy just could not, he did not auto-attack anything. He couldn't get up to anyone.
No, because if Teddy's there, and he's just, maybe in hindsight, might have been like if Teddy flashes over that pillar, but that's hindsight to 2020, right? That does feel a little bit insane.
And also, it was Teddy's flash to get him out, but he literally didn't auto-attack that entire run back.
Well,
like, he couldn't.
But that's what we talked about with the Sivir. Why Sivir into Trundle can be a problem is you don't have a dash. Like, it's actually, if you're a Lucian, you legitimately just do not care.
All right, well, DK are just going to walk over to Baron. This is Baron, by the way, everyone. If you're new to League of Legends as of today's broadcast, you haven't met him yet. And Lucid is just going to press R on Sponge and run at him. There's the flash in. Teddy finds a really nice spell shield to avoid the damage and the CC. As we've got another top lane 1v1. This time the Gwen is going to come out on top. Shiu can't win them all. And so now, man advantage going over to DRX, and Rich has teleport. And so DK has to respect it. Oh my goodness. There are bounties up, and this sort of shenaniganry is happening.
An item down, not a problem for Rich. Doesn't even need his flash, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, again, murder mystery, and we saw kind of the tail end of it, that Shiu just kind of face tanked after winning the last fight, forgetting the acrobatics he had to do and the advanced gymnastics, bunny hopping all over the rift to beat Rich.
Yeah, he didn't stick the landing this time around. Let's have a look at it from Rich's perspective once again.
He's two levels and 1.3k gold up. I kind of understand why you go for this, but this time, they'll sweep him out and then he just kills him. I thought he was level 16. He wasn't even, like, I'm like, okay, level 3 Grendel is kind of crazy.
Right, that's just Gwen in the 1v1 there, ladies and gentlemen.
A little silly, but also, come on, Shiu, you can't.
No, you can't really
face tank.
Can't really be
Gwen and then be upset about her murdering you. Kind of both, you know. I feel like Gwen's a little silly. That was also not a great play from Shiu. As Teddy's hit his 4th item. I'm just saying, Atlas, there's still a chance. What if someone on DK just walks in and dies for no reason?
That has happened.
That has happened a lot.
That's actually kind of their MO. Not aiming.
Base isn't broken.
Generally do that.
Just saying.
Oh, you're 100% right. This game is nowhere near over.
Well, I think it is favored for DK, but like we need to be very realistic about how
it's still sole point. 2
Very
minutes?
true.
It could be a Chemtech Soul?
I am worried for what happens when DK get a 4 Drake
Chemtech Soul?
Chemtech Soul. That's a little silly. On Champ,
They
like
do have a
Trundle.
Trundle.
Yeah, and also Orianna and
Nico, just a little bit too.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful. Might also help Xiu in the 1v1.
Oh, is
although-
I done for aiming? That's big. Void staff done? Oh, okay. DK, you wanna pull the trigger on that Baron. As a run up.
They're going to walk over there. It is a little
Wait.
bit late here for aiming. He decides to go over and do red buff first.
Yeah, I guess he didn't actually have the money.
Huh.
So now he's not able to finish his maybe another wave? Just one more wave, bro.
Yeah. Now he's looking for the back angle. Does have teleport, remember?
I kind of love that these are the two teams that definitely funnel their AD carries the most as well.
Yeah.
I want you to look at the CS number for aiming and Teddy and then compare it to their respective top lane and junglers in case of Teddy.
Yep. These are our funnelers. 100%.
Bring back the Tarek Yi!
This is actually, it's not even a battle for winning this game. It's just for Gold King now. As, all right, DRX thinking that this is the angle, and it is! As Sponge is going to get traded for, wait, maybe it's not, actually. Sponge for Beryl maybe isn't it.
That's not a good trade, no.
And there's no smite on the map. And so aiming is just going to dive onto Andil. Let's see whether this is going to work. Between Worlds is going to be thrown out there by Xiu. Gets the flash out from Andil. As, all right, we're looking for the turn. Rich diving in. He doesn't have a circle anymore, but he's doing so much damage. You're exactly right about that level 3 ulti. As Xiu looking for someone to hit with a button. Doesn't quite find it there, and all of these skill shots are going wide. Yahoo was just standing still as well. It's kind of cool. Sort of looked like Neo. As now, Showmaker just going to teleport towards the bottom lane. He wants none of this Baron silliness, and instead wants to deny this soul once again. And Lucid going to be able to steal away a blue buff here before they do attempt the dragon. Tempo vibes are feeling a little dicey at this point. I feel like the vibes are there for DK, but they do need to kind of clean up the gameplay. It's a 3.3k lead for Lucid.
Yeah, but that's the lead on Trundle. That's not real. And
Isn't
then
it?
a lot of the rest of the
I
league
feel like it's not real
is on
until
Beryl.
it's really real.
Yeah, okay, well, Trundle is one of those champs where if you don't deal with him, he will just chomp your entire team. As, okay.
All right. Beryl is dead again, most likely. He does manage to use the dash cannon to try and get himself out. Pop Blossom onto only Rich.
Showmaker!
Showmaker is already dead. She looking for an angle, but he just dies. Unceremoniously taken down. And the DK silliness continues. Could it just be Baron time? I think it's just Baron time.
Rise Group!
Oh, this is so Rise Group. I can't even begin to analyze this. It's way too high level.
DRX are all gonna die. I can feel it.
Oh,
Don't
God.
do it, DRX.
Well, they are actually doing a fair bit of damage to the waiting DK. Is Teddy having to deal with that pillar aiming in the 1v1? Can he make it happen? The answer's no. As he does, Valkyrie away. The Baron will be secured by DRX against the flow of play. It is soul point for both teams. Baron brings it back to basically even, especially after these waves and turrets are going to be pushed out. Oh, God.
Watch Rich. Watch this.
Walk at enemy team, kill enemy team?
Yep, and then get up
Oh, the
Giga Cone.
Mega Cone.
Which I'm sure...
We need that ultra slow-mo for Valdez to really bring it home what that means.
Oh yeah, because Rich, guess what? If Rich dies there, I don't think they can do Nash.
Nope.
But you know what the best part is? We knew. We knew all along.
Do you know what the best part is? This doesn't decide anything.
No, it doesn't. I told you, we're getting to Elder.
We're getting to Elder, and we're also, like, we're going to have another fight before that, which is also not going to decide the outcome of the game, but we'll be able to put a team in pretty good standing for this Chemtech Soul, which actually underrated with both of these compositions, especially with the, like, what, 3k gold lead Trundle that we were talking about before.
Yeah, or what about like low health Gwen or Karma?
Speaking of Gwen, there is a Pop Blossom to knock her up. Beryl is almost just dead as an afterthought. Xiu diving into the back line. Okay, Rich taking so much damage. Yahoo in that front line. Shockwave catches the rise, and down he goes. It's their turn to lose their mid laner before anything happens, and Sponge is slowed down. Lucid runs so fast. but Andal is able to put a leash on him momentarily, and that will be able to at least keep the support alive. Okay, that is going to put a big dent in the Baron.
Look, that means that the Rebel Baron power play basically doesn't do anything, which gives us the equilibrium we're looking for.
Oh, heck yeah, Christian Bale movies, that's what I'm all about.
I thought we were going for Keanu Reeves, but that's okay.
He's not in that movie.
No, I know, but we were saying John Wick stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Neo from The Matrix. I was going to do a Constantine reference.
Oh,
as Yale gets caught by the shockwave, as the rest of his team is already disengaging, this level of disjointedness unfortunately does continue here, as it's really just about both these two teams smashing their powerful champs into each other and seeing who dies first, right?
Yep.
Rich is just like, I'll dash into 4 people, I don't care, watch me.
Look at this like 5-man supervision of Lucid taking a crab, by the way. That's evolution.
Side lanes are not real. Can I draw attention to the fact that DK still have their mid lane tier 1?
You can. We've also got 6 items on both AD carries.
I know.
As they have been funneled the universe in this game. Rapid fire cannon done for aiming. It's kind of crazy.
We needed this after the first.
Oh, we 100% did.
That was painful. This is wonderful.
Like the first series represented certainty, and this represents uncertainty.
It's the chaos in our observable universe.
Yeah.
And we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to win.
Equilibrium is such a good word to describe it as well.
Wait, he doesn't have flash? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah,
fine.
He's just going to walk away as Rich finds a flank angle. Actually goes in at exactly the right time to save Sponge in that instance. But aiming is Valkyrieing forward. Still, Gwen is immune.
Pillar attack.
Yeah. 30 seconds. That's Chemtech Soul. Look at the amount of control the DK has. They're actually doing their homework, Chronicler.
No,
this might be a... Oh. Okay.
There's no way. There's no easy way for Gwen into the backline. Right, that's a big deal. Rich needs to get on top of Showmaker again. The top fight was pretty messy with the positioning. Waves are getting pushed out. They're trying to do it by the book. One more ward, I think, would be good for DK. For DRX, though, they do have the Realm Warp to instantly reposition. Baron isn't up, so there isn't really a cross-map available here. You can't give over to Chem... Well, you can give over to Chemtech Soul. It's Chemtech Soul's. No,
all right.
No.
They're not going to deliver Rich. That is going to be the pillar that interrupts the Realm Warp as Rich is going in. Showmaker immediately just doesn't want anything to do with that as Beryl's also flashing away. A lot of disengage here for DK, but can they actually make something out of this? As Rich down to 50% health and aiming.
Aiming.
Yeah, he's looking for Sponge on the angle. Pop Blossom is avoided there by that. Sonya's Shockwave is not really going to do too much of anything at all. And now Teddy is free hitting. Doesn't finish off any of the kills, is now aiming, looking to try and do something himself. No one's dead.
Okay, Showmaker STP. So does Ashiu. Doesn't. Ashiu needs to stick around. Lucid. They still have the Shockwave.
Yep.
Rich is looking to TP and base. Might just be a flip, Atlas!
And King's Tribute is so big as well. When this dragon goes down, it's going to be so important. It's actually here that takes it! And with his Chemtech Soul, it means that DK has so much power, but he's just taken out! And Rich is dashing after them. Beryl manages to get the snare, and the Chemtech Soul is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. The Needlework is going to take him down in the end.
Oh, they're going to try.
Dead, and now DRX, they're going to go for it.
They're going to try to end. The problem is that they still need to take down all these turrets, and they don't have Baron. So I think that with specifically Showmaker and Shield, they should be able to clear. 40 seconds on the clock. They have to try and push for the end right now, Atlas.
And this is exactly what we were talking about. A team will take the soul, but it won't really mean anything. And DRX actually able to utilize that advantage. Showmaker is in so much trouble. The guy's not going to hit, but the Ricochet does.
Wait. 20 seconds on aiming. Shiu has his ult. He needs to clear the wave.
Yep, this is massive. He goes in. He looks for the angles here, but the first turret's going to go. Oh my god! The burst damage is repugnant, and the Sivir is dead. Lucid now trying to chase after them, and he should be able to get there. Is it going to be a Shiu pentakill? Oh my god, it is! This game did not need to go this hard!
Shiu! And we were asking ourselves for the whole game, is Shiu back?
Yep.
And guess what? I'm thinking he's back!
Right when we needed him most, Shiu has shown up, and this is how it ends, ladies and gentlemen. The Nexus turrets will go down, and DK will take game 1 against DRX. Heaven help us.
I know we were bigging up this game, Atlas, but this is game one.